It began quietly, a whisper of fear in Sacramento's suburbs. In the mid-1970s, a predator haunted Northern California, slipping through unlocked windows at night. He became known as the East Area Rapist, always one step ahead of police. He stalked his victims, learning their routines, their lives. Fear gripped the community, changing how people lived. Families bought dogs, nailed windows shut, and slept with weapons nearby. But the attacks continued, spreading across the state. The predator was patient, brazen, and left behind only small, sentimental trophies. Years passed. He remained a ghost, his identity unknown. Then, the attacks moved south and turned deadly. The original Night Stalker was now a murderer. Police didn't realize the same man was behind both waves of terror. It took DNA technology to connect the crimes across California. The same genetic profile linked the Sacramento rapes and Southern California murders. He was given a new name, the Golden State Killer, but the man himself vanished in 1986, leaving only his genetic ghost behind. For decades, the Golden State Killer case went cold. DNA evidence sat in freezers, the only hope for justice. Investigators tried CODIS, the national DNA database, no match. The killer had no criminal record, the trail was dead, but science advanced, and a new world of consumer DNA tests emerged. Millions uploaded their genetic data to public genealogy sites. Investigators saw a new opportunity: genetic genealogy. What if a relative of the killer had taken a DNA test? With genealogist Barbara Ray Venter, they uploaded the killer's DNA to GEDmatch. They weren't searching for the killer directly, but for relatives, third cousins, distant family. Building a family tree from shared DNA was a radical, untested idea. It was controversial, but they had nothing left to lose. Slowly they began piecing together the killer's ancestry. The search narrowed, branch by branch. The hunt for the Golden State Killer was reborn through science. The search was painstaking. Dozens of distant relatives, thousands of records. Investigators built family trees, tracing lines back to the 1800s. They identified common ancestors and worked forward, narrowing hundreds of names. The killer had to be a man of the right age, in the right places during the crimes. After months, one name stood out: Joseph James DeAngelo, a former police officer living in Citrus Heights, right where the attacks began. He fit the profile perfectly, but they needed proof. Investigators watched DeAngelo waiting for discarded DNA. When he tossed an item in the trash, they seized it. The lab compared his DNA to the crime scenes. The result? A perfect match. After 40 years, the ghost had a name. The evidence was irrefutable. The decades-long nightmare was about to end. The Golden State Killer was finally unmasked. On April 24, 2018, police arrested Joseph James DeAngelo. The news stunned the nation. The killer was a neighbor, a grandfather, a former cop. Relief swept through the victims and their families. Faced with overwhelming DNA evidence, DeAngelo confessed. In court, he pleaded guilty to 13 murders and admitted to dozens of rapes and burglaries. He was sentenced to life in prison, never to be released. Justice, long delayed, had finally arrived. The case marked a turning point in criminal investigation. Genetic genealogy became a powerful tool, solving cold cases nationwide. But it also sparked debate about privacy and consent. Millions had shared their DNA for ancestry, not police work. The Golden State Killer case forced society to weigh public safety against personal privacy. It's a reminder: darkness can hide anywhere, but science can bring it to light.